What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So hot topic right now. So I did pre-order this from Perfume Box, and then they reached out and they're like, hey, we want to send you a bottle of the new HAWAS Black. What do you think? So it's like, well, I already purchased the bottle, but you know, I'll just give one of them away. That works out. So I have another bottle. The bottle I purchased will be here today or tomorrow or something like that. So as far as my channel members, that's going to be one of the 6 giveaways we're going to have this month. But I was very eager to check this bad boy out. I've been hearing a lot of things, and obviously I'm super excited because HAWAS Ice, I think, was a great release for them. HAWAS, I mean, for the money, one of the all-time greats in the $50 range, perhaps. I don't know, that's debatable, but you know, if you want to check this one out, I would highly suggest checking it out in the link below. You can grab it from Perfume Box. They are well known for distributors of Dumont, affordable stuff like this, other, you know, Latafas and so on, niche. I bought a bunch of Carolina Herrera fragrances from them. They've got variety, competitive prices. They've really been coming on strong in the last year or so. But them sending it's going to have nothing to do with what I think about the fragrance, as you will see, because I may have an interesting take from some others that you may have seen so far. I don't know, I haven't watched anybody's reviews on it, but based on some of the feedback I've been getting from you guys, it seems like there's some pretty positive feedback on this thing. So we're gonna dive into it. Stay tuned. So first thing, we got to look at this bottle. So piano black finish on the paint. It does look really good, highly reflective. So, and it's kind of an inside layer, the way it's painted. Have this goldish color to the print. Their cap has always been absolutely phenomenal. That metal cap with the snake wrapped around it. That focus to hold, that would just be great, right? Why does the focus not want to hold? There we go. So that cap is really nice. It says Rasasi on the top. This juice color is super duper dark, I have to say. So let me sum it up for you real quick. This is the easiest way to describe it. When I let my wife smell this fragrance, I said, what do you think of this? And I quote, whew, that's really strong. It smells like something you have a bunch of. End quote. Okay, yeah. It's really strong. And it smells like something that you probably have a bunch of. It does. I'm happy with it and disappointed with it at the same time because I really wanted some HAWAS in here. I get no HAWAS. HAWAS Ice, clearly a flanker to HAWAS. HAWAS Black, not a flanker to HAWAS. I don't get any of that bubblegummy Invictus. Like, the fruitiness here is totally different. I'll have the notes on screen for you guys, and it is super fruity. Lemon, bergamot. I get like an apple. It might even be grapefruit or something, but it's got like this lemony, super pineapple, apple, green and yellow fruitiness, basically, is what I can say here. And I was anticipating Creed Absolute Aventus. At first, it's like, okay, I can tie it to it because it's Aventus, but not really. Not really. I think saying Absolute Aventus might be a bit of a reach. It is way more Hachivat meets, because of the lemon, that lemony smell, a bit of like Club de Nuit Intense Man, but not as synthetic as that. It's smoother. As it dries, it's a moss bomb. I wasn't expecting that. So a lot of supremacy, not only intense from Afnan. Basically, if you have a lot of these fragrances, it's going to be pretty redundant in your collection. And I'm one that likes to try all the differences. And this is really good. But I have to be straight with you guys. You probably have, at minimum, one thing. This smells pretty close to this. Now, where's the charm to getting this one over something else, or getting this one if you already have some of these other fragrances? Well, for starters, it's going to be the performance, which we're going to dive into in a little bit, is ridiculous. It's bonkers. Honestly, it's ridiculous performance. So that's a big box to check for you guys. I get that. But surprisingly, way smoother than I thought it would be for being in a Rasasi HAWAS bottle, because HAWAS, wildly synthetic, chemical smelling. Hawas Ice, a little bit better than that, but still very chemical smelling. This much smoother, surprising. Again, super fruity citrus at the top. I get a hint of spice, and it dries into an extremely woody, dry, woody green oak moss dominant. Like, I think it's cedar wood is the woody note, if I remember correctly, and a lot of oak moss. That's where the big Hachivat tie-in comes in, because it's just loaded with oak moss. Now, I still don't think it's one-to-one with Hachivat. I think it's extremely close to that one. More so than Aventus, way more so than Aventus Absolute. And because of the top note, that's where I get a little bit of Club de Nuit Intense Man. Now, you don't get loads of black currant. That's so that part of the tie-in to Supremacy Not Only Intense is missing. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's elements of these fragrances that are undeniably relatable. Something like Dumont Barouge Spiritus kind of falls in line with this one, whereas I still think that one's slightly higher quality. Performance is kind of what and what. I think this is still a little bit stronger, but I think the Dumont fragrance, a little bit higher quality and closer, even closer to Hachivat than this is. Like, this is fruitier at the top than Dumont Barouge Spiritus. Now that all the elephants in the room are addressed, do I think it smells good? I think it smells phenomenal, honestly. They hit it out the park. The problem is the level of redundancy. So that's something you're going to have to decide for yourself if that's a ring you want to step in, is the world of redundancy that you probably already live in. If you're watching videos like this, you probably have a lot of fragrances and you've experienced plenty of redundancy in your collection. But I gotta say, this is probably one of the 3 best interpretations of this DNA I've ever smelled. But it's not like Absolute Aventus, like I thought it was. So those of you with Armaf Club de Nuit Precious per show, however you want to say it, not redundant like you would think. Not at all, honestly. I think you can have them both, and they're very, very different from one another. So if you have that fragrance, have no fear. This would not render that redundant and useless. So let's get into performance. Absolute crazy, over-the-top nuclear monster. It leaves a giant sheen. I'd sprayed my hand, sat around with it, and let it settle down for a few minutes, and then I did my shorts videos for my sin of the day yesterday and did 3 more sprays on the neck, and it was crazy. Crazy the way it lasted. It survived some hand washings. It was still there after my shower on my hand. 8+ hours easy in longevity. Projection, like my wife said when she smelled it, whew, that's strong. Yeah, oh yeah. And I don't go easily nose blind to it. Over time, my nose fades a bit, but projection's easy. 2 hours heavy. 2 hours heavy. Not moderate to heavy. Heavy. 4 sprays on, room filling kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sillage. Heavy. Again, room filling kind of stuff. This is in a line with 2 other beastly performing fragrances, with Hawas Ice arguably being stronger than Hawas for a lot of people. Whereas I've always found Hawas to be a little bit stronger personally. Maybe it's my batch, my bottle, whatever. But this, stronger than both of those, for sure. This is probably one of the 5 strongest fragrances in my collection. We're talking Lattafa Atlas kind of strength. For those of you that have heard me talk about the just crazy over-the-top strength of that salty, aquatic oak moss fragrance. Yeah, that kind of beast. So, like, it's kind of too much, but I know some of you are looking for kind of too much. So, yeah, across the board, the performance rating on this one really jumps its score up. You'll see. Final thoughts on Rasasi HAWAS Black. I could see why it's getting hype. I could see why it's going to get love. I can see why people are excited. I was very excited to get this. The only problem here is it takes a little bit of a hit on the score for scent because it's so redundant in my collection. But the performance really cranks its score back up, because even if I want to give this like a 6 in the scent profile, which I didn't, it's better than that. Scent profile here is a 7.75, just the scent alone. But because of its performance, it makes it a 9 out of 10 easily. Easily. Because it's an overall cumulative score that I give you guys. And those of you familiar with my old reviews from years ago, I used to put scent, projection, sillage, overall. I used to do all of that because performance in itself is 3 subcategories: longevity, projection, and sillage, to create one number that goes into an overall with scent. Because versatility is kind of its own thing. I think it's high-level versatility. I don't think it's as over-the-top, classy, dressy as Nishané Hachivat, or in similar cases, I would say Dumont Barouge Spiritus, because it's so fruity fresh at first that I think it offers a little bit more of a casual feel. And in the oak moss cedar wood combo here isn't super spicy. It's actually and it's not super smoky either. It's more of a slightly drier green woody oak moss wood combo. The amber here doesn't warm it up too much. Like, it's really versatile. The most versatile of the 3 Rasasi HAWAS fragrances. So that in itself, it's like a 9 out of 10 in versatility. But the overall score is a 9 out of 10 for me. It is an outstanding fragrance. I wanted to give it less, but I can't give it less. Because immediately when I smelled it, I was like, man, it's wildly redundant. You know, maybe I should really cut it down for that. But it's like, man, that's me buckling to like ridiculousness on the internet, because it doesn't deserve to be cut down. It really doesn't. It's damn good. You just have to know it's crazy redundant. And if you're okay with that, for what it is, it's upper tier. But it is going to be redundant in your collection. But man, smooth, not over the top synthetic, and a freaking monster. 9 out of 10. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on the new Rasasi HAWAS Black. Thank you again, Perfume Box, for sending this my way. I bought the damn thing anyway. You know, it worked out. Thanks for, you know, getting a bottle over to me. It beat the one I ordered here by like 2 days. I think it's coming in tomorrow, 2 or 3 days. So I was able to review it sooner, spend some time with it sooner. So kind of worked out for anybody in the channel membership. Spin number 2 for the All-Star tier is going to be a sealed bottle of HAWAS Black. Any of you not in the membership, check out the tiers if you're interested. Everybody's voting on the main prize for Hall of Fame and All-Star tier right now, which currently Creed Viking Cologne's winning the Hall of Fame tier vote. And myself, Le Parfum 60 ml is winning the All-Star tier vote right now. So, and we've got several other big prizes that go with that. So in case you were curious, just wanted to let you know. So if you want to check this out, link down below with an extra 5% off. Again, blind buy at your own risk. I do not encourage you blind buying, but we're all big boys and big girls, and you can do with your money what you want, just like I do with mine. So again, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications before you leave. And I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.